Hi, my name is Abayomi Ayodele, and I'm currently a product manager at a software development agency where we build and maintain MVPs for clients in varying industries. For the past 4 years, I focused more on the strategic business operations and maybe, for lack of a better word, commercial side of product management, right? Ensuring that we meet timelines and we take the product from ideation to the front of the customer, the end user. But between that, I've realized that there was a gap for me, and every year I would delay from taking this course, right? But I knew that I needed to take it, and this year I eventually did, and the difference has been very clear. Now, not that in the first 4 years I didn't have a good interaction with engineers or I didn't know how to communicate with them. But as product managers, we talk about product iteration a lot. And we talk about that with respect to products that consumers use. But we don't really talk about it with respect to ourselves. We should also iterate, right? Think of what can be done better the next year, the next product, the next project, whatever the next thing might be. And so this year I was like, I need to iterate and become a better version of myself as a product manager. And taking that course, taking the technical product management course with Product Dive was just the step I needed. I mean, I can just go through the key things I like, the areas I know I've started implementing: API lifecycle management, API strategy as well. We always want to understand how best to implement and integrate that also doesn't impact, doesn't impact the use of the product, or what's the word? Doesn't impact the consumer experience, the user experience, whilst also not affecting, cost, right? In terms of the business side of building the product. That's been good. Systems architecture, I've done a lot more sessions with my engineers, and we're literally on FigJam or Lucid, or depending on anyone the developers I work with prefer to use, and even other tools, right? Postman API testing as well. I'm being more, what's the word? I'm using that more. That's what I'm looking for. I'm using that more, and it's been good. I would say that in general, my conversation as well has been more fruitful. You come out of a session with the engineers and you are pumped. They are not just telling you timelines. Like, you're not just seeing timeline for completion on Jira, or story estimate, and you're just like, okay, well, you don't really know the facts behind why they are going with these timelines or this decision. But now you come out of that meeting, right, those sessions, and you are pumped because you know that you're aligned, you know that you're speaking the same language. And those are like the benefits for me that I can quickly summarize in this video. I would say that for every product manager who has come from a non-technical background, this is the course you should take and start with. You can always go back to your notes, you can always rewatch the videos because they make it available. And it's one thing that I've done personally. I didn't come out of the training and I just went straight to work. I went back to the notes and I kept on looking for ways to practice the things I've learned, and even asking questions as well. So you can always reach out to the instructors on LinkedIn, personally, if they have their details on their deck. Thank you very much.